Hello guys, welcome back. Today, we look at a gripping story of an audacious money heist from a movie called Den of Thieves. So sit back, relax and enjoy it. Set in Los Angeles, California, the film opens with an armored truck making a stop at a coffee shop. Within moments, a team of robbers led by Ray Merriman attacks and tries to break into the truck. The guards attempt to defend themselves and stand their ground, leading to the robbers to kill them. Police officers arrive on the scene and engage in a shootout with the robbers. Eventually, Merriman and his crew make off with the truck, but he reprimands one of his men named Bosco for killing the first guard. In the morning, Detective Nick O'Brien aka Big Nick goes to investigate the crime scene. He has been investigating Merriman and his crew for a while, whereas Merriman holds a grudge with Nick for killing one of his guys. Nick finds Donnie at the bar he works at and makes friendly chat before later cornering Donnie in his car and knocking him out. Nick brings Donnie to a house where his gang of officers interrogate Donnie over Merriman and his plans. Donnie explains that he only got in with Merriman and his crew because he's a great getaway driver and Merriman was impressed with his skills. Through a flashback, we learn that Merriman is planning to rob the Federal Reserve on Friday of that week, with the intention of taking roughly $30 million in unmarked bills that would otherwise get shredded. Nick has Donnie sneak into the Federal Reserve by having him get hired as a Chinese food delivery guy and having him go through the vents to scope that place out. At home, Nick's wife Debbie discovers that Nick has been going behind her back seeing other women, particularly strippers. She angrily packs up her things and takes their daughters with her. Despite Nick's pleas to hear him out, Debbie hurls obscenities at Nick and hits him. She later has a lawyer go to his job and serve him divorce papers. Nick spots Donnie at a restaurant with Merriman and his crew, which makes them suspicious when Nick calls Donnie out. At their hideout, Merriman has his right-hand man Levi hit Donnie and interrogate him to make sure he hasn't been talking to Nick about their plans. Donnie assures him that he hasn't told him anything about the robbery. Nick goes to a strip club and goes home with a stripper. In the morning, Merriman finds him but does nothing, having found him because he set the stripper on Nick to get info on him. Later on, Levi's daughter has a date to pick her up for a school dance. Levi pulls the guy aside to introduce him to Merriman and the rest of their crew to intimidate him and make sure he does nothing to hurt Levi's daughter, or else the boy will utterly regret it. When he leaves, Merriman and the guys have a laugh. Meanwhile, Nick drunkenly crashes a small get-together between Debbie and some of her friends. He gets aggressive with one of the men before he is told to leave. Outside of work, however, Nick makes an effort to see his daughter. The day of the heist comes. Merriman and his crew invade a small bank called Pico Rivera's Savings and Loans, and take hostages. Nick and his guys are outside as the chaos unfolds. The chief of police calls and speaks to the bank's branch manager on behalf of Merriman. To prove they are serious, Merriman has one of his guys take a hostage to a back room and shoot her. Merriman tells the manager to tell the chief that they want their large sum of money in a chopper. The thieves then blow the vault open and escape through a hole in the floor before Nick and his guys come in. They also find that the hostage they supposedly shot is still alive, but terrified. The plan to rob this small bank is just a decoy to divert the attention of Nick and his squad. This false heist is also a move to get access to the Los Angeles branch of the United States Federal Reserve Bank by posing as bank guards who are dropping off cash that day from this bank to the Federal Reserve Bank. Donnie is hidden inside one of the boxes full of cash. They successfully pass the security, hand over the cash for counting and then proceed to the waiting room. Bosco shuts the electricity from outside that supplies the surveillance cameras inside the building. Donnie uses this window of opportunity of brownout to fill the old dollar bill cash that was earmarked for shredding and throws them into the trash box. One of the security guys becomes suspicious after sensing some sort of movement from inside the cash counting room where the boxes were waiting. He orders two of the employees to check if all is well. Just as the employees enter the room, Donnie finishes his job and jumps into the vent and proceeds to the canteen area where two ladies are waiting for their food delivery. Bosco successfully hijacks the dump truck which was carrying the bags full of unmarked money. Merriman and Levi finish their drop-off job, sign papers and get out of the building. Donnie gives the customer a bag of food he left in the vent days earlier. The customer tries to get security to stop him, but Donnie is already gone and out of the building. Nick and his guys catch up to him and capture him, beating him until he tells them where Merriman is going. Merriman had already planned to double-cross Donnie and the other guy and cut off the team. As they try to make their escape, they hit a traffic jam and are blocked. Nick and his guys spot them and get out of their cars with guns as Merriman and his guys try to escape. In the traffic jam, Merriman and his team realize they are being pursued by the police. They decide to fight and put out their weapons. Nick and his team warn other drivers to get out of the firing line. A fierce gun battle ensues, during which one of the police squad is shot. The police start to shoot back at Merriman and his gang, where Levi and the other men are shot dead, but Merriman keeps running. Nick chases after him and shoots him through a fence, wounding Merriman. Nick hops the fence to catch him, but Merriman refuses to go out quietly. Although he tries to fight back, Nick shoots Merriman dead. When Nick goes to inspect Merriman's van, he finds bags with shredded money. He also finds that Donnie has escaped custody. Nick later goes to Donnie's bar and sees pictures of him with some of the crew members from the heist. Through flashbacks, we see that Donnie had always planned for everything to go his way, including teaming up with Merriman, switching out the cash bags with the shredded bills, and then escaping and getting away with the real money for himself. The realization hits Nick at how he was so easily fooled by Donnie. In the final scene, Donnie is now in London, England, working at another bar. His crew is nearby having drinks and enjoying the spoils of their victory. A man from a shop across the street comes in. Donnie serves him and asks if he works at the diamond shop. The man says yes, and Donnie gives the man a beer on the house. Thanks for watching. Please give the thumbs up if you liked. I appreciate your comments, views and recommendations below. Don't forget to support me by subscribing to the channel and turning on the notifications so you get the latest uploads.